Greetings, Mayor Jeff Schielke speaking to you on Monday, May 15th, 2023. And I want to begin this meeting by making a commendation of an event that happened last week on Tuesday the 9th. We had the Batavia Annual Brotherhood Banquet, which was the men from all the churches gathered together for once a year for a night of greetings and fellowship. And the last couple of years they've had to either change the program dramatically because of the COVID or cancel it altogether. So this was the first year they were able to kind of bring the group back together, and they had the session out at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church on Hart Road. It was very successful. I don't know what the size of the crowd was. There were several hundred people attending. And Enticing Cuisine was the caterer, and they served a turkey dinner. And that was kind of a nice twist to have turkey in the middle of May. But it really worked out quite well. And so to Elwin Harms and all those who worked on the committee with him, I just wanted to give a big community thanks, because this truly was a community event. And as near as I could tell, almost every church in Batavia sent a delegation of men to it. And then the program was the Kane County Sheriff Harms gave a program about some of the new programs they're issuing and trying to enact up at the Kane County Jail, and trying to get prisoners to begin to educate themselves and understand stuff. And he gave us some pictures and some success stories of what they've been able to accomplish. So there was a good Christian message in that. And when that was over with, I was invited to speak for just a moment, which I did, and I pointed out that 2023 is the 75th year that the Batavia Fire Department and the police, which have now joined in, have a chaplains program. And so if there's some type of an emergency involving the police or fire, and there's a need for somebody to share some bad news or console or counsel or explain things to folks, many times we can call the chaplain over, and the chaplain will rise to the occasion and do a wondrous job. And so for the first 26 years of the program, started in 1948, the chaplain job was held by Reverend Gilbert Johnstone, who was the pastor at the Batavia First Baptist Church. And upon his passing, it went into a series of others, and I believe now, so far we've had 9 different groups, either one chaplain or 2 chaplains from any one particular church step forward, and they are on call 24 hours a day, and they're there to help Batavia citizens go through some difficult moments. And so I just thank the group representing all the churches for the grand spirit of cooperation and Christian understanding that program has been adapted to. And now that we're in our 75th year, it's interesting, I've had several mayors in the region ask me about it. They say they would like to get a program like that going in their community, and so far hadn't been successful. So Batavia kind of leads the game in that, and once again we're showing our community spirit and our support and love for each other and the way we run a community. So I'm very, very pleased that we could make that conversation at the Brotherhood Banquet. The other thing, just briefly, I wanted to cover was the fact that in the police world, we continue to have a significant amount of, I'll call it, crime reference technology. And we have a number of people specifically attacking or trying to induce the older senior citizen population to do everything to go to one of the stores and buy a pile of gift cards and send them to some address in southwestern United States or whatever to bail their relative out of jail. And come to find out there's no relative in jail, but they represent it and say you only got 2 hours to get this done before they get transferred to a much harsher facility and all this other good stuff. And we've also had a number of them call and try to get people to, give their credit card numbers away, and that's a very dangerous practice, because they will say, we're from the Internal Revenue and your taxes were $313 short this year, so we want you to give us your credit card number and we'll just charge that and bring you up to snuff as to what we're doing. Well, they aren't from the IRS, and we don't know who they are, but they are trying to induce people to do this. So be very careful if anybody calls you or sends you an email or whatever they're doing to try to contact you. They normally don't want to deal with you face to face. They want to be kind of in the background, and they're there to solve some problem that you didn't even know you had and probably don't have. They're just using it as a reason to get you to basically turn over some information that they can then steal some money from you. And as you know, turning the subject, we are going to be having again the 4th of July fireworks program in Batavia. So this year they've come up with this neat sign that they now are going to be offering people. Anybody who would like to post one of these in their yard, you can order one at www.bataviafireworks.org, or you can come down to utility billing, and we will have them for sale at the City Hall. They're $25 a sign, and all the money goes toward helping to pay for the fireworks program. And we are trying to get people to put these in their yard between now and the 4th of July. So again, the BataviaFireworks.org, you can order it online, or you can come down with your $25 to the Batavia City Hall here to utility billing, and they will have signs to sell. So that's a nice way to support a program. As I've said several times in this program, the 4th of July fireworks is a very unique situation in the fact that we now have been firing the show for, over 70 years, and we've never used taxpayer dollars to buy the fireworks. They've always been, all the money's always been donated, and I think that speaks well again to the spirit of patriotism and the support for the community that we find in Batavia when you've got a good cause. So I think that's going to be it for today. I want to thank you all for listening in, and I'll be here to talk to you next week. Have a great week, and get ready for the 4th of July on July 4th, and maybe have a family party or something, and then come out and watch the Batavia fireworks at the usual place right across the street off of Main Street by Batavia High School. So looking forward to seeing a lot of you there, and hopefully seeing you a lot around town as we move into the summer months. Best wishes, and have a nice week.